Alright guys, so I hope you're doing fine as always. Today I'm making another video about this 4R short setup on WIFUSDT or Dogwifhat. I did take this trade based on an harmonic pattern, as you could see right here. I did record my chart live when I was looking for this setup, so without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Alright guys, and now for the actual TA part of the video. So I'm here on the WIFUSDT chart on 15-minute time frames. I did see this pattern earlier, that's why I decided to record my chart when trying to anticipate on this pattern. So this was also asked in the Discord server to make some type of videos about harmonics. So what we're looking for harmonics is really very volatile movement. So strong moves down, retracements up, retracements down, strong move up, or the other way around, strong move up, retracements down, strong move down, like here. So you're really looking for strong moves. Harmonics is just a play on Fibonacci patterns. So let's play the video here. So what we're doing right here, so we did spot this initial move down. So a strong impulsive move down. The reason I'm starting to look here, you're really looking for impulsive moves. So this impulsive move up can be a good way to start checking for harmonics, or this strong impulsive wave down. So we're drawing our Fib retracements from our start of the impulsive move to the bottom of the impulsive move down. So from top to bottom in this case. And what do we see here? So first things that are standing out is our first retracement right here did hit or in between the 0.5 and the 0.618, but that's not too great to see as this one is not that much higher. But this retrace up is pretty much hitting our 786 Fib level, which is important for us. You can also see the extension. We're sitting in between the 1.272 and 1.414. So with a bit of knowledge of harmonics, or with just a cheat sheet, or like the Fib levels you have to look for that are in the Discord server on the harmonic section, you will notice that this can be a potential butterfly pattern, as our D point is in between the 1.274 or 272 and 1.414, and our B point is at the 0.786. So this has potential to be a butterfly pattern. So we take our harmonics or X ABC D tool right here on TradingView, and we draw this out real quick. So now we did draw this out. So you could either check on these numbers right here with a cheat sheet and see if it's suiting for the butterfly pattern or not. I personally like to recheck my Fib levels itself. So again, Fib from X to A here, so our impulsive move. The defining factor for a butterfly pattern is that B point is retracing into the 786. We could see we almost hit it. We don't hit it exactly, but honestly, this is just some margin you have to take. It will rarely hit exactly. So if it's close, then I still consider it valid personally. Other people might not, but it will very rarely hit exactly on the dollar. So for me, this is still valid, as we came super close and then retraced from it. So our B point is valid. We then take our Fib again, but from our A point to our B point, we need to check our C point right now. The C point for an harmonic butterfly needs to be in between the 0.382 and the 0.886. So as you can see right here, this is valid. We're below the 382. Like I said, for a butterfly, the defining factor is the B point right here. So our C point is valid as well. Then again, we take our fib from our X to our A point. So the impulsive move to check on our D point. The D point needs to be in between the 1272 and the 1.414. So we could see we reached in there. So we could say this is a valid butterfly pattern. So here I'm drawing out my 1.414 and my 1.618, which we will discuss in a second. So a lot of times with harmonics, I try and use divergences, usually an RSI divergence. I decided not to take on my or put on my RSI on the chart. Just seeing the highs got taken made me assume this wasn't divergence. And also Bitcoin was a bit wonky, so I was expecting a move down anyway. So good to see. We've taken out the highs. From there we start ranging a little bit again. So we now know this is a valid butterfly pattern. So I want to look for a short setup to try and anticipate on this pattern playing out. I'm now indicating my B point, as this is usually a zone that I like to look for a TP. You could see also right here, it also has this very, very big green factor candle and fair value gap sitting right there. So an extra confluence for a TP zone. So I'm taking my short tool. We have established our TP zone, so the B point of the harmonic butterfly, this factor candle and fair value gap, so a very strong TP zone. And now for the stop loss. So the reason I did draw out my 1618 is, in theory, this is your theoretical stop loss for an harmonic butterfly. So you should have, in theory, your stop loss above the 1618. In this scenario, you could see if we take our stop loss above the 1618, our risk to reward won't be worth it. We'll have to start targeting or see our A point already. But I want to target this B point. I'm anticipating on the move down here. So I want a tighter stop loss. I don't want to stick to my theoretical stop loss for an harmonic butterfly here. I want to have my entry somewhere in the range here, so close to the 5 and 13 EMAs, as I'm expecting price to range a little bit right here. And then for my stop loss, I decide to have it above these highs, these cleared highs right here. Reason, I think, or I assumed this was my divergence. This was the final liquidation of early shorts, or the final stop for early shorts, people that have their stop loss at these wicks. So we have taken the highs, we have cleared the topside liquidity. So it's only fair to assume we can go to the downside liquidity, or they can make the move down for downside liquidity. So I decide to put my stop loss right there. Have to keep in mind, this blue line right here is our 1.414 fib level, which means even if price hits this line, our butterfly would still be valid. So this would be another entry zone. If we got stopped out here, this would be our next zone to look for an entry. Just want to clear that up because it's still a valid pattern even if price hits this blue line right here, and I have my stop loss below it. which is a calculated guess slash bet, you could say, on the move back down. Reason this divergence, this high taken, understanding the market, they have taken the liquidity here, and only fair that they want to go and fill their Victor candles. Bitcoin was a bit shaky, so Bitcoin was about to drop, or could drop, you never know, of course, so it's almost or always extra confluences to add to your trade. So just fine-tuning my stop loss into a 4-hour setup, and then that's pretty much all to this trade. So this is the first time I'm showing you guys an harmonic trades on this channel. I know this might be very confusing. Please check out the Discord server in the harmonic section. I have this whole document written out there about these patterns. This might clarify it a bit. But without further ado, let's have a quick look at this trade in hindsight. Alright, so now what can we tell about this trade in hindsight? So first of all, the screenshot of the trade, so entry at 7699, 7699, TP at 0.6679, 0.6679, resulting into a 379% ROI trade on 30x leverage. Most importantly for us, it's a 4-hour setup. So if we zoom out a little bit, we could see here the harmonic pattern pretty much played out perfectly. We did have this drop into our B level. They decided to even go further, clear the C level, and are almost on their way to the A level right now. So we could have ridden the short longer, but doesn't matter for us. We stick to our TP. We're happy with our TP. It made a lot of sense to have your TP here on the B point, on the vector candle, on the fair value gap. This is just Bitcoin doing its way. We're in a very nose-driven market, so hard to predict what it's going to do, but always stick to your TP and don't worry what happens after it. So it's a pretty clean setup, I would say. We see they didn't go higher to our 1414 FIB level. If they did, we looked for a re-entry somewhere there. Yeah, we pretty much came back into the entry zone and dropped from there, so not too much to say about it. If we have a quick look on the 1-hour time frame, also to the left side, there's not too much to say about this trade, so it's just a harmonic pattern playing out. So that's pretty much everything I had to say about this trade. Like I said, this is the first time I'm showing a harmonic setup on this channel, so it might be quite confusing and hard to understand. So please feel free to check out the document about harmonic patterns on the Discord server. It's there for you to see, and it might probably clarify a lot of things said in this video. So, as always, if there are any more questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section or on the Discord server, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, see ya, bye bye.